We have just seen rushes direct from Hollywood of pictures being released in the coming weeks. And we are proud to announce that this theater will soon bring you the greatest array of pictures ever to reach our screen. You'll see the finest stars in exciting performances. You'll thrill to the suspense, comedy, romance, and drama of world-famous stories. Here's a glimpse of a few of them coming to this theater soon.
Not ominous at all. All right, Professor, just gotta get the bags to the room. Oh, where's my inhaler?
Um, yeah, Jamie. I help Jamie with the bags. I bring him to his room.
Oh,
So
thank you, Professor.
either this is the strangest coincidences in the known universe, or this is totally a scam.
You think so? I mean, everyone's just been so nice so far.
And just think about how convenient it is that there just happens to be a motel 3 minutes away from a gas station where we just happen to have two cars broken down with quote unquote unspecified engine trouble and whatnot. And just seems way too convenient for us just to be stuck here. And I go, but I
Sounds
can't
like
understand how they sabotaged our vehicles, though. There had to be some way it happened.
sounds like good business and bad luck. Ugh, ugh. And he collapses into the room.
No, Lori's collection of porcelain antiques.
Ah, no, her cinder block.
They weren't a good combination in the end of the day.
I gotta put something in the bag. I don't have any clothes. I'm just a snake.
But yeah, I believe the other part of the group was what? Search party?
Yeah.
Alright, what's Lori's and Tony's plan?
Well, we need to backtrack, calling Claire's name.
Alright. You had 2 successes before. We'll just use that last one since we're technically just in the same scene and nothing's changed. Yeah, you start backtracking. You're gonna walk back down the road towards the gas station, I assume, right?
Yeah, Claire. It's not funny.
Yeah, walking back down the road.
Probably got abducted by some hillbilly. And if you did, I'm blaming you.
Me? What did I do?
I can't believe we came in this. We could have gone anywhere else.
Well, this
Just
is where I grow.
Some kind of score so you could sell to these guys. These guys don't have any money. They don't know what a good time is. They wouldn't know what a good time is if it came over and hit them in the back of the head with an axe handle, which is probably what happened to Claire.
All right. Walking down the road, about I want to say a third, maybe a fifth of the way towards the gas station. On the side of the road, you see what you might not have spotted before heading there. Looks to be a pill bottle.
Hey.
Open.
What pills are they?
Open and spilled on the side. I'm not good with drugs. You're gonna have to help me out here. What's a generic upper that we would have?
Dexies. That's Dexies are amphetamines that not only help us party but are also weight loss pills.
Right.
So
yeah, that sounds appropriate. I was thinking it's something to get her energized. She's that kind of person.
Right. Claire wasn't taking, was she?
You know,
probably.
Given who you are, your connection to Tony, and the fact that y'all are friends, you probably would know that she is, but hasn't told anybody else that she is. Well, this is her Saved by the Bell secret because she's so excited.
Of course,
she was described as a cheery, athletic individual. So if there was anyone who's going to be taking diet pills, it would be her.
Also, pointedly, I have observation and academics as a dilettante. I have all the necessary skills to identify when somebody's hopped up on goofballs. Oh, sorry, and questioning. So I have all 3 skills necessary to do that. So yeah, looks like Claire dropped her pills because these aren't mine and they're not yours.
They are mine now. Stash.
Well, again, you have to scoop them off the ground because the bottle's
Oh,
open and
Oh, the
spilled.
bottle's open. Never mind.
Open and spilled.
No, I was expecting you to scoop them up, and these are the first one. This is the first one free batch. Why are there leaves in this? It's natural, kid. It's good for you. It's free. What do you want? Oh, thank you for the horrible game. Yeah, I knew it. Some redneck has abducted her and is probably like killing her and deflowering her right now. I look
Oh.
for signs of a trail or underbrush or anything.
Don't see anything. Blood. Well, I don't see anything.
Well, they must have dragged her off.
There's no signs of anything that I would assume you'd be looking for. There's not like any pieces of cloth hanging from tree. There's no obvious broken branches leading to a trail. There's no scuff marks of a struggle. There's just
Yeah, there's
nothing.
nothing else other than her pills.
Right.
And we don't even know if they're her pills. We suspect they're her pills. Because we didn't see anybody on the way here. Man, I can't believe Claire hung back and then somebody grabbed. Well, because she didn't scream, and there's nothing of visual interest here, right?
No, it's a nondescript, almost unkempt road in the middle of the woods.
Right in the middle of the woods. So, and there's no trail, there's no visual interest. So yeah, some people probably just dragged her off into the woods. It's getting dark, isn't it?
No, it's probably only like 2 o'clock at the most.
We have to go look for her. I say we can't just let her get dragged off in the woods by some hillbillies.
All right.
I guess we're wandering off into the woods.
I liked Lori, the one who just got done taking a bunch of downers, and the drug dealer, who sounds like he's been taking all the
Oh, no,
downers.
fix this. I'll take some of the uppers. There. Now I'm evened out.
Well, now
That's
you're
totally
normal.
how that works.
Sure. That's actually a very dangerous kind of high.
You better not forget that it's dangerous.
All right, let's move you here. And...
What are we gonna do? Call those redneck police? You, the drug dealer?
Wait,
Actually,
which one is who? I forgot. You're the badger, right?
yeah.
Wait, I grabbed the wrong token.
You're ruining all that equity. You just actually no wait. You did a face heel turn the last movie. Okay, so you're still a bad boy. All right, I like it.
That's kind of why I was hesitant to say, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well, no, I'm still gonna. We have to go look for her. I mean, she's disappeared, right? You care about what horrible things are happening to her, right?
Yeah, she is a potential client.
Yes. Let's go with client. You stay classy. Let's go look for her in the woods. I guess we wander off into the woods. Does anyone have any wander off into the woods skills?
Between you two, probably not.
Everyone else is back at the motel.
I have
I have a lot of observation. That's about it. So, I can't check into the hotel with her missing.
Motel. Motor,
check into
hotel, motel. All right. Well, while you guys are trampling along, like we watch you like head down the slope of a ditch to start heading into the. I always look at the curve of the trees that are like that. Like, always makes me think of Beetlejuice. That crazy way the trees grow towards light when there's something in their way. Anyway, you guys are heading into a Beetlejuice-esque forest. And we're going to transition back to the motel real quick. Jamie and the professor are, I guess, settling into the room. And you hear a loud banging noise coming from one side of the wall.
Well, that's not nice. What do you think they're up to?
Beats me.
You also hear muffled cursing.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 beds in here, Professor. How are we gonna split that with the girls?
Yeah, well, so some of us are gonna have to sleep on the floor.
Oh no. But yeah, so there's like muffled cursing in the next room over.
Something
I've
tells
already
me that
established that I'm an uptight but busybody, so I'm gonna listen in and see what they're saying.
I'm gonna assume that that's the other individual party that we ran into in the gas station.
Probably.
Um,
You just
two
mind
successes?
observation.
Yeah, say two successes. Doesn't sound like it. Does. I mean, it's muffled coming through a wall, but it doesn't sound like the same voices that you've heard
Mhm.
within the last couple of hours.
Okay. But there's a lot of thudding against the wall. What does it sound like is happening? Does
Sounds
it
like
sound like a fight or
sounds like somebody's hitting something on the other side of the wall.
like someone's doing construction work hitting or someone is literally throwing someone about?
Oh yeah, nothing so energetic as to sound like somebody's throwing somebody else about, because that would sound like a scuffle or a fight. This sounds like
Yeah.
somebody's pounding on something on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, what could they possibly be working on? What do you think, Professor?
I have no idea.
I guess maybe we should go and tell them to stop. I have such a headache right now after carrying all those things.
Well,
I just
maybe
want
they.
to rest, Professor.
All right. Why don't you stay here and try to
Okay,
relax, and
can do.
I'll go investigate what's going on.
And Jamie
Uh,
takes up an entire bed.
I shake my kids. I walk out and I go. I guess I assume I go over next door to where the source of the noise is.
All right, yeah, we see the professor standing outside room 4.
All right, and before I knock on the door, I too try to take a listen of what's actually going on. Where the hell's my character sheet?
Well, you just rolled and you got one success, right?
Well, that was when I first got in. I
Oh,
haven't rolled since.
okay. I thought that was recent. Okay, so even worse.
Yeah,
All right, yeah. You hear?
Jeebus doesn't like me today, so
I mean, it's not like constant or periodic. Even it's like also even with 0 successes, you're hearing a noise that sounds like I don't know, almost like running water. And then every so often, God damn it, that fucking thing could work.
and all right. With that, I knock on the door.
All right. After a moment, let's. After a moment, this. Sorry, I keep choking on my own. Can't eat or drink today, so everything is great. All right. Let's see. After a moment or so, this woman, dark scales or equivalent, and white hair, crocodile, comes to the door and does that little crack thing open. Looks at you through the crack. Says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I don't mean to bother you, but whatever's going on in this room seems to be just bleeding over into ours, and you guys seem to be a little loud. You guys are at 11. We kind of use you at a 3.
And she like squints her eyes at you. Says, "Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't last."
I couldn't manage to help, but over here, are you having some sort of problem or something?
Oh, I'm just sorry. The TV's not working.
Oh well,
Trying
maybe
to.
I could help you fix it. So that you don't have to slam on it for all night.
Oh, you're a technician.
I am a professor.
No, I'm a professor.
Are you a professor of what?
Anthropology. What about you?
Ah, biology.
I guess those are related fields.
What brings you out all the way out here to this part of this neck of the woods?
Oh, I was writing a paper and I needed to do some field research.
And then I go, Did your car mysteriously break down and you had to drive into a gas station?
No, I'm literally just told you I'm here for doing field research.
So you didn't have any car problems.
I don't know. I haven't used my car in days. I've been here, and I've just been walking around anywhere I needed to go. It's all local.
Interesting. Do you mind if I could ask you for an unusual request?
And she like squints at you again. This depends on what it is, I guess.
Is
By the
there
way,
any chance?
she hasn't taken like the metal thing off of the door. You're still talking through a.
Understandable. I'm trying to be as non-threatening as possible. And like, you don't have to do this in front of me, but when you have a chance, could you check your car to see if it's working? I'm just I have a hypothesis right now because, and I quickly explained the situation that me and another individual's cars mysteriously broke down, and we're kind of stuck here. And I'm just wondering whether that holds true to anybody else who's visiting this area.
Yeah, I guess.
And you go, how many days have you actually been here?
I've been here about a week now, maybe a little bit more.
And you've explored the surrounding area, the forest and the wildlife?
Mostly the woods. Yeah.
Did you notice anything unusual? And I mentioned there was some crazy hillbilly guy that also wandered through, and I'm wondering if he's a fixture or you know, whether or not she's run into him as well.
Oh, you mean the captain?
Is that who he is? The captain?
Well, that's what they call him. I don't really know why. He lives out in the old Ankle house.
I see. All right. Well,
Yeah,
like I
they
said,
just gave him a nickname, I guess. I don't actually know his real name. Just I asked about him when I saw him in the woods, and they called him the captain.
captain. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't mean to interrupt you. If you need any help with the TV, I'm right next door. You could just knock on mine, and I'll be more than willing to help you. And yeah, please, if you let me know
I'm
if
gonna
your
cut
car
you off
works.
real quick. Hugo, in the middle of your talking, there's a shout, a loud yelling noise.
Okay.
Like
And what,
before I was describing this, like someone's being attacked.
from inside the room or from behind me?
Oh, it generally somewhere behind you, or not even behind you, maybe off
Often.
to, let's see, if you're at 4 and you were at 5,
Uh,
to your right. To your right, not in this room. It's not coming
and
from the room, but it's coming from somewhere off to your right.
all right. And with that, my head snaps to the noise. What do I
Your head
say?
snaps to the noise, and the door slams in front of you, and you hear the clicking of a lock.
And yeah, I give like a little cat like eye pop, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like, and I slowly but surely walk towards the source of the noise.
Yeah, door 3 slams open, in front of you, and this, large elephant, guy, comes spilling out. He is only wearing a pair of pants. He is shirtless at the moment, but he collapses on the ground in front of you.
And what do I see in the doorway?
His room looks a mess. Like in a movie where it looks like a room has been tossed. It looks
Okay.
like his room has been completely tossed.
And what is the guy doing? Is he on the floor squirming? Is he passed out?
He has he has a number of cuts along his torso, and he just seems to be laying on the ground. He's not. He's clearly not dead. You can see his chest rising and falling, but he seems to be clutched up upon himself.
At this
Oh.
point, Jamie's running out because he heard obvious like screaming death throes out here. So he steps out, sees the professor, goes, "Oh my God, professor! How could you do it?"
I look at Jamie. I'm like, I didn't do this to him. Calm down. And I go find out. I go. check to make sure he's okay, and I walk over to the doorway entrance, not full
I'll get
on,
on
but
my first aid
I
guide.
kind of do one of these things where I walk up to the edge and I try to like poke my head in to see if there's anyone inside.
There does not appear to be anyone inside. But then again, you have that meta knowledge that you rolled 0 successes on an observation check.
Mhm.
All right, can I roll another observation, or am I stuck with those 3
You,
zeros?
you could step inside the room and start poking around.
You could roll, but I'm gonna let you know in another meta sense that there's no point in rolling. There's nobody in the room.
Gotcha.
I'm not having you roll
Okay.
for no reason.
Okay. So then, just quickly, you said the room was tossed. Does it look like he was struggling with anybody, or does it literally look like this dude just destroyed his own
I
room?
mean, how much of an observer of the condition of living people are you to know that he didn't do this himself? Or
Well, good point. I mean, well, how bad is it? Is it like really terrible, or does it just look like he was just running around his room like a crazy person?
the mattress is spilling off over the edge of the bed, and the sheets are like piled up on the floor. Like there, look like this is a one of those furnished rooms that has like a desk on one side of the wall, and the chair looks like it's crumpled inwards, like it's been broken in half. It's still like in the position it would be there, but just like snapped in half as though a great weight was pushed against the back of it. Other than that, maybe dents and dings on the walls.
Gotcha. All right. I turn over and I walk over to the elephant and like I guess we'll start to assist him. Like, what's his
Yeah.
condition? Like,
So I got 2d6 on academics. Am I better at dealing with first aid than you are?
probably not because I have way more dice. Here you go, two
All right.
successes.
So yeah, and here's my attempt to assist you. That is an assistance. So go ahead and roll d8.
And
Maybe
right.
we actually save this person.
Might actually be the one good thing I do today. Nope.
Mhm. Oh,
All right, two successes.
All right, yeah, you bend down to help him, and you can see that he has a series of wounds across his chest. Three large. Sorry, my brain just stopped working. Cuts. They're cuts. Very fairly deep, like
Lacerations.
lacerations. Thank you. Three deep lacerations in line with one another that seem to go fairly deep. Like he is bleeding quite profusely. Like he has a pool of blood now welling up on the ground around him.
Okay, I'm also gonna re-roll my D8 because I actually made academics my favorite for this character. So, does that would that first of all, does that even worth rolling an extra one to get an
What do you
extra
mean?
success?
If your academics is a skill, you have to have a subcategory.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Um,
First aid would be a good one.
Your favored use could, of course, be first aid.
well, I did say I was a professor of biology,
Yeah,
so
yeah, you can't just say medicine. Yeah, you can do that.
so but regardless, whatever. Is there any way we can treat him?
Let's see. One would be something anybody can do. Two would be two is an expert, right? The tier of skills.
Yeah, one success is something anyone could do. Two successes is something only someone trained could do.
Okay, so I two
And if you
successes.
did a 3, then it's something someone without
You know what?
tools.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
Two
thing: is I'm
successes
thinking this
is
is a
someone
little bit more than just first aid because he is very badly wounded.
let
So
me let me
a
let me
third
re-roll that.
success, you're at the stage of two successes. You might be able to patch him up long enough to get him to a hospital. Three successes might be enough to patch him enough so that he can like stay around and talk for a while.
All right, so then I am gonna re-roll that,
Give it a go.
and I get it.
Hey.
All right, so yeah, you apply pressure. You start wrapping him up in whatever you can substitute as a bandage for now, so the bleeding is staunched, stops.
I rip off one of Jamie's shirt sleeves.
Hey. Oh.
It's like, give me that scarf.
My mother made that.
Yeah, so at the end of a transition, we see him wrapped all the way around the torso. You know, still has red on it because even though it is staunched and it stopped bleeding, there was a good amount of blood there to begin with, so he's got the red blood stains across it already.
Okay. I assume he's way too big for us to move him.
Yeah, he's a giant. He's an elephant.
I go, do me a favor, Jamie. Go find
But
the
this is after I'm going to say cutscene.
a
This is
montage.
yeah.
Montage.
Yeah, you guys doing it. So he's probably like now he's like up and he's sitting like on the edge of a bed in the room now,
Okay.
or on the edge of the box spring because the mattress is still splayed out on the side.
Mhm.
All right. And then I tell Jamie, go find the front desk guy and see if we can get the sheriff here.
Yeah, I'll tell them to call for an ambulance.
Yeah. And when he leaves, I look at I basically start questioning the elephant, like, what happened? Like were you attacked? Like,
We're gonna cut there where you say what happened, and then we're gonna fade off into the woods.
The woods. There we go.
Lori and Tony, you have been walking through the woods for a while. Like we're gonna do a quick montage of you like checking broken branches or trying to, you know, is this a piece of her shirt? No, this is just trash. You know, you're following a trail that
Hey, I
you
thought
can't.
it was grass. It could be both.
Yeah, you're following a trail that you both don't know exists or can't be certain is just a red herring. When you come to the edge of a clearing and you see a old old style house
Is it a
sitting
tin roof? Is
half.
it rusted?
No, it's not the Love Shack.
Oh, then that's even worse.
In fact, it's the one building so far that I haven't described as having a tin roof because it doesn't.
oh my, I got that reference.
It's just okay. There's our Captain America reference too, all built into one. I got that reference. Yeah, no. This decrepit looking house that's sitting halfway in the woods and halfway in this clearing.
Um,
You think that's where she went?
Man, have her dragged off and have people doing horrible things to her. I mean, that's what these people do. All right, let's
Well,
go.
fancy this house is. Couldn't possibly be perfect living in this house.
Let's at least go ask.
You know what, both of you. This is gonna be one of those sessions where I ask for the same roll 1,000 times in a row. Give me a roll of mind and observation.
Yeah, I mean, let's look around.
Tony would actually be useful.
So I guess roll an extra D8 if you didn't.
Oh, did you assist me?
Well, no, because my failure, I have a 1 in 6 chance of causing a botch on the whole thing. So no.
Yeah, no. Arcloid's just here for muscle.
Well, eagle-eyed Lori here. Your eyes dart across the clearing, and it's not the clearing that catches your eye. It's you look at the house for a second, and then you look at something else across the clearing. It looks like shadows or something, and then you look back at the house, and a dark window is suddenly brighter than it used to be. Not that there's light on the inside, but something that was obscuring the light coming through the window is now gone.
Yeah, there's somebody home. Great. I'm gonna get shot by a bunch of hillbillies, but if they have Claire, maybe if they don't have Claire, they might know who does. And Tony, is all you have a knife?
Yeah.
Have you ever killed anybody before?
Do I have to tell you?
No. I just wanted to look in your eyes to see what your expression would be when I asked you, and that's all I needed to see. All right, let's go ask. I'm gonna go up to the door. Slither.
Okay. You approach the
Walk
door,
my
and
arrow.
nothing happens.
I will knock on the door with my lack of hand. Can't believe I'm a snake.
All right. You rap on the door with your tip of your tail, I guess. A moment passes, and you can hear like a bunch of shit being moved. Is what it sounds like.
Right. The crap being moved around, yeah.
Yeah. And a moment later, you hear yeah. 1 second. And the door creaks open, and you see this bat open the door. What do you want?
We won't take up too much of your time. One of our friends got disorientated and wandered off the road. We're looking for her. She's about this high, tawny fur, bright expression in her eyes of an innocence. Ever seen anyone like that?
Her eyes go wide for a second, and she says, oh, God, Captain, come here! And walking from around a corner in the back, you see that old weasel.
Yeah, wasn't he at the garage?
Yeah, he left. He left
Okay.
before you guys did.
I know, but I remember him from the garage.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were asking if he was still at the garage. All right.
No, I remember that name sounded familiar because I heard that from the garage.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah, and you hear that old man voice call out, what is it?
We're sorry to bother you, Captain. Our friend disappeared. We think she might have gotten disoriented and wandered off the road or had some sort of panic attack or something.
You describe her again?
Yeah, tawny fur, wide-eyed innocence.
Oh, God. Come here. And he like waves you in into that old man hobble that he has that you might have seen back at the garage.
I'm just gonna give our Tony, a look like, really, and then go in anyway.
Following.
Yeah.
Crap we have to put up with.
Walking past both of you, since even Tony had one success, you can see the house is like complete ruins. Like there's holes in the floor. Some of the walls are just fallen out. Water damage seems to be all over the place.
Yeah.
But one room specifically that you go past seems to be coated in plastic, and it seems as though a still is set up in here.
Oh, they're moonshiners. Phew, all right. Sorry, it's like they have one room covered in plastic. It's like, is that the murder room? It's got a still in it. Oh, it's
The other drug dealers.
So I was thinking, what's that
Tony's got
song?
a new associate.
I was thinking, what's that song from American Psycho?
Pip to be square.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like now, things make sense, which is what I like about it. It's like, oh yeah, you guys are moonshiners. Okay, now everything makes sense.
Yeah. He leads you to a bedroom where they're laying on the bed. You see Clara unconscious. Her clothes seem to be torn up a bit, though.
Oh my God, Claire, what happened to you?
Again, she's unconscious. The old man is going to speak up
Why
and
won't you
says,
answer me?
a moment or two of Lori shouting and probably shaking unconscious Claire, who doesn't wake up.
I mean, yes, I have. I'm that kind of actor.
He says, I was walking back with my equipment, and I spotted her laying on the ground in the clearing. I just brought her in here, give her a moment's rest before I could head back out and get some help when you folks showed up.
I will have to examine her using medicine skills. Hey, Tony, do you have any medicine skills? Do you have any academics?
You're supposed to be college students.
I didn't catch that. What did you say, Arcloyd?
I have skills in vivisection.
Do you have any academics?
No.
Or mind?
I don't need to know what these drugs will do to people.
Six mind.
Well, he doesn't have to. He just needs to say. He just needs to
Yeah.
tell her.
If she takes enough
How many drug
uppers, he'll
dealers
get
actually
up.
know anything about their drugs?
Okay. That last die is my star power die. I only have one success.
Okay.
It's with my D6 star
Got my
power.
star power.
I'm just looking to see if she's like, having a bad high or something like that. One success might tell me that we need to get a doctor.
Well, Tony's about to assist you. So yeah, that's what, a D8?
Oh, okay.
Bonus
Excellent.
D8?
Thanks, Tony. I know I brought you for a reason. And that reason was another one. Well, I have academics as a die. I guess I could specify that my favorite use in it is medicine. Maybe that's actually what I'm studying.
Pre-med. I'm a biology professor after all.
There we go. 2 successes. What the hell is wrong with her?
Like I said, her clothes seem to be ripped up a bit, and she seems to be covered with a number of tiny lacerations. But it doesn't seem to be the reason why she's unconscious. Investigating, it looks like she has a rather large welt on the side of her head. Like she might have, like she might have been clubbed or something.
Okay, now this is a movie. So if it's a movie, does that mean that she's unconscious and stays unconscious? Because in reality, after you have a concussion, you're not supposed to lie down.
Right. No, I know. That's what they say. Don't let them. You feel like you're falling asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Okay.
No, this is we're following the laws of movie medicine, not actual medicine.
Well, and also earlier, like I was giving her drugs.
Plus,
so
remember, we're in the 60s, so it's even more dumbed down.
Well, for clarification, you said you were giving her drugs. You were offering her drugs. She didn't take the downers, remember? And then when you found her bottle of uppers on the ground.
I mean, I look at her and I point out to Tony. I says, "Tony, look at this. She has like a lump the size of a grapefruit in the back of her head. Oh, it's the worst I could possibly imagine. Who did this? Did you do this?" I'm going to point at the captain because I'm an asshole.
He backs up and puts 2 paws in the ear and says, "No, I told you, I found her. I found her in the clearing."
Going to give him a bad look to see if I believe him. Okay, I believe him.
I mean, yeah, for all intents and purposes, he seems to be telling the truth.
I know, and I actually have questioning skills, so I can tell if he's telling the truth or not. So yeah, no, I believe him. Sorry, my character's a jerk. I have to be, I might have to go all method here, but anyway. All right, well, somebody, all right, well, then someone assaulted her, and this is terrible. We've got to get her back to town into a hospital. Thank you. I'm sorry I lost my temper. As a young student in the 60s, I distrust all old people.
Of course.
Yes, that is how young people talk. How do you do, fellow kids?
So I guess for a moment we watch as a snake tries to put a humanoid figure over their arm and try to help carry them.
Hello, I'm a rich, annoying woman in the 1960s. Tony, pick her up.
He doesn't.
Okay. All right, you pick her up and you guys start to leave, and in the distance,
Yeah.
you hear a shotgun go off.
Blam! Oh, holy crap! Well, wait a minute. So the captain's still here. Is the woman still here? The bat?
Yeah, Enos. Sorry, she would have introduced herself as Enos at some point, seeing as I forgot to tell your name.
So
Enos. Enos is still standing behind the captain, looking timid, looking at a mix of both timid and idiotic. If you had a bumbling stereotype of an idiot in a movie, Enos is playing it up just by standing there.
So a gunshot goes off, but everyone's here. So someone else is shooting a shotgun outside.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Is it away, or are we going to keep going?
Do you have? If you have, I mean, you've got. It's only a 3-mile radius of all landmarks that you guys have been accustomed to. It sounds like it's coming from the direction of the gas station.
Oh, so back north or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not saying. Sorry, my fault. Bad description. It's not in the immediacy that you hear the shotgun go off. You hear a shotgun go off in the distance.
Okay. Well, whatever those rednecks are doing, they can keep doing it. We're closer to the motel, so we're gonna go ahead and take her back to the hotel. Thank you, Captain. I'm sorry I was mean to you. Here, I'm a rich person, so here, take a bunch of money. Buy yourself some drywall.
I don't need your money. Just take your friend and get out of here. Get help.
I pick my money back up. I don't need to be told twice.
All right, we're gonna pan back over to the hotel again. Motel. Back over to the motel again.
Sitting
so
next to the elephant, trying to figure out how somebody got attacked in a room by themselves.
Yeah. This guy is sitting there on the edge of the box spring. He's got a hand in his head. He's like, I feel so woozy.
I do the stereotypical hand him a glass of water.
Yeah. He says thank you, and he grabs it with his
trunk.
Yeah, I'm sorry, tusk was the only word coming to my head. Grabs it with his trunk. Wraps it around.
So you wanna start from the beginning and explain, and I look around and I just wave my hands in the room and at his chest.
Yeah, he does one of those where he's like hand over his head, he gives you a quick praising look for a moment.
He goes, "I'm Professor J, by the way. I'm a professor of biology at the local university.
Gonna give you a quick meta question here. What's your body die?
My body die?
Yeah.
One moment.
What's your body and your will?
My body is 6. D6.
And your
And my
will?
D6.
Okay, so you look averagely imposing.
Yeah.
Alright. Just on the look of you, he gives you an eyeball like this, and you just, I suppose it's alright. Yeah, I had just come back into my room a moment ago, and I don't know, I thought I saw like a shadow or something in the back corner of my room. So, I rightly got upset, thought somebody was trying to steal from me, and when I went to confront them, I guess we got into a bit of a brawl, and they must have had a knife I didn't see, and they cut me.
And as he's saying this, I'm looking around the room and I'm like, okay, I hate to tell you this, but no one left your room but you.
Oh, sorry. There's a window in the back.
Oh, I go over. Like, then I walk over to the window. Is it opened?
Yeah, it's one
Okay.
of those old old ones where you know how they had a little crank on the side and the window does this
Yeah.
little sideways open thing. Yeah, it's one of
Yeah.
those.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I go, okay. And then I assume, then I assume he must have flung himself out of this window as you were flinging yourself out of the other side. I go, did you get any idea what this guy looked like? A general description or anything?
Couldn't really see. I couldn't turn the lights on. I flipped the switch. The lights didn't come on. It was just a shadow in the back of the room.
Hmm. Interesting.
I mean,
And you go,
I guess I could say it was smaller than me.
all right. Can I do another observation to see if I notice anything on the windowsill or now that
Sure,
he's
go ahead.
giving me this piece of information? Oh my god! But I'm re-rolling that one.
And don't forget, you guys always have those star power dice to risk at your own leisure.
Didn't do a damn thing. Um.
And it
Yes,
got
I
reduced.
I am going. No, because that was my species dice. I am going to use my star power dice for this one. Just fuck it. Why not? Because I'm tired of rolling ones. So this is my star power one, which of course I rolled a 6.
All right, you're
Three.
checking the sill, the window sill.
Yes, 3 successes.
Three successes. You notice two poignant things. I don't know actually if they're poignant or not. One is that like there's a bar mechanism that when you twist the knob that goes up and down, raise and lower the windows. It seems to be dented on both sides. Like something must have, to your guess, to your previous guess, that something forced its way through the window.
So yeah, they did a hasty retreat.
And secondly, and this probably wouldn't have been detected if only two successes, the windowsill is incredibly hot.
Hot, like
Like like somebody turned an oven off and it's still cooling down. Like hot. It's super hot.
almost scalding to the touch. Oh, like
Not scalding to the touch, but it's not the room. You're like probably in like 70-degree temperature right now. The heater in the room's not on. There's nothing that would cause that kind of heat right now.
right. So like the sun's not shining on it or anything like that.
Right,
Or
yeah, because I mean, it is afternoon, but the sun isn't coming in this way. The sun's facing the front of the
huh.
hotel. It's not again, it's not scalding to the touch hot, but it's incredibly hot, like warmer than body temperature hot.
And I go over to Elephant. When you were struggling with this guy, did you feel anything else unusual? Was he like warmer to the touch, or did you feel any type of heat pressing against you?
I mean, I really wasn't paying that much attention. I was trying to, after he cut me, I was trying to stay alive. But I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say yeah, he was hot.
Hmm. And I stroke my chin again. I go, interesting. I go, well, the sheriff should be here shortly. I go, I'm Professor J. I never got your name, by the way, sir.
Hold on one sec. Uh, oh yeah, I'm Clevin.
Clevin. Um, Passing through. You live here. How long have you been staying here?
And he looks up at you again with that hard glare and says, I appreciate you saving my life, but I have you stay out of my business.
Oh no. Don't take it as me being intrusive. I'm just trying to formulate a hypothesis. There just seems to be a lot of very unusual circumstances happening, and I'm wondering if there's any factors that are crossing over to help explain what's happening.
I feel like when you're going that no thing, we're gonna move over to Jamie. Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just calling, like, the ambulance or something, just asking for the phone. If that's, like, not an interesting scene, like, I'm walking back at this
You're
point.
going to the front, or you're using one of the room phones? What?
Probably to the front, yeah.
All right, you go to the front and you ask for the phone, or you tell them about the emergency. What's your line of action here?
Yeah, I'm just going, it's like, we need to call an ambulance. Where's your phone?
Listen. Just remember, everybody. In the '60s, people were way more polite and way more willing to do these kind of things than now. So don't be like, "Hey, where do you?" Yeah, we
You're
totally
giving
go
a
to.
broad stereotype to a whole generation, whereas
Yes,
you also want to remember the somewhat local stereotypes of inclusive redneck towns,
that's true too.
Mhm.
which have
Uh,
not changed in time from then to now.
Please, where's your phone?
He goes, oh yeah, of
Concerned.
course. And you hear this like little ringing noise as he picks the phone up and puts it on the counter because it has that internal bell.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, here you go.
Okay, and I'll like just go ahead and like hit like 911.
You don't hear anything on the other side.
Zero or whatever.
Like,
There's
it's
no
not
dial
working.
tone. There's no ring. There's no noise.
We what's wrong with it?
So, what do you mean?
It there's no tone. There's nothing happening. It's not working.
He grabs for the receiver and he puts it up and he does that thing where you hit the things a couple times. Nothing. And he looks around. He checks the wire. He looks to make sure that the wire is actually still going. Maybe try one of the phones in your rooms.
Oh, okay. I'll give one of those a try, and I'll run back in. Hey, there's a room open that's nearer than number 5. It's number 3.
Yep. The room where the
So,
professor is and Clevin.
oh, never mind. They are there. Darn it! I
Yeah.
thought I was setting myself up. Yeah, so that's the nearest one. I see the professor in there, and I like rush over to the phone there. It's like the phone up front isn't working.
The phone in this room is actually demolished. It seems to have been broken in whatever scuffle took place.
Not this
Yeah.
one too.
Which is, I
Yeah.
assume, why you didn't use the phone in this room when you started from this room.
And yeah,
I
I like
go,
stop at the door, look at that, and go, "Oh no!" And then I
listen,
keep running.
and I go, Jamie, stop. I tell stop. He goes,
Yeah.
why don't you mind Mr. Clevin here for a second, and I'll go to our room and check on the phone.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. They don't seem to be working, Professor.
right. We'll
It
verify that.
helps.
We'll verify that in my room, and if that's the case, then we need to meet up with everyone else because this is getting
Hmm.
really more serious than what we thought. So I quickly just walk over to room 5, and I'm assuming that as I walk in the room and pick up the receiver, I don't hear a dial tone on that one either.
No, in fact, you pick up the receiver, hear no dial tone, and you hear a shotgun blast come from the gas station.
And I go,
Dun,
of
dun,
course,
dun.
of course. And I slap the receiver and I walk back over to room 3. And I go, yeah, something strange is afoot in this area. I go, did you just hear the shotgun blast?
I did. That's why I'm not going out to investigate that.
He goes, well, that would be the sensible thing to do. But why don't you stay here with Clevin, and I'll go see if I can find the rest of the people and try to figure out what's going on. They're more than likely
Okay, I'll make sure
probably
he's all right, Professor.
no problem. Clevin, this is one of my students, Jamie. He's very bright
I
and very enthusiastic and completely harmless, and he'll be totally here to help you.
Clevin just like falls back against the box spring, and you hear the box spring make like a loud crunch noise. Since box springs are predominantly wood, not comfortable at all. But his
Yeah.
arm just falls over his own wounds, and he groans. Whether that's to being watched over by a student or his own misfortune, to be
I like
seen.
to imagine like the awkward scene that they're left on as he's running out, just like a single shot of just like, well, and then a bunch of silence. He's leaning back and groaning. I slowly pull out a book and just try to avoid conversation.
Yeah, as we leave the scene of you and Clevin in the room, also I want to leave you on the facet of the light in the room starts to flicker on and off.
There's problems all over this place, huh?
All right, where are you heading off to, Professor?
Towards the direction of the gas station.
Okay, the professor runs off to the gas station. As the professor leaves the scene, like just rounds the corner, off the road towards the gas station, camera is going to rotate back another 180 degrees as we see Lori and Tony emerging from the woods with Claire on Tony's back, I guess.
Yep.
Do I,
Now,
do I
you know,
run into,
time to-
do I run into them?
Nope, you guys are coming from different directions.
Oh. Technically, some people would call that like a dolly shot or swivel shot, but suddenly a pan shot. When the camera sits in one place and just rotates, that's a pan.
Right, like our camera is placed right in front of door 3 of the motel. So
Yep.
it follows the professor as he runs down the road and escapes just out of view, and then pans a complete 180 degree back so that we see you guys emerging from the woods at the motel's edge.
All right. Well, which room were they in, Arkloyd? Do you remember? Or Tony? See,
The door to room
that's
3 is like wide open. If you like start walking towards it, you'll probably just literally see.
Well, they're
chambers
coming from
above.
the other end. They would go past 5, 4, and then to 3.
Mhm.
Well, if one of them's open, I'll be cozy and look inside. Because
I don't think Tony was around to know which room they got into,
Yeah.
so he would shake his head.
But
There
you-
you are. Lori, Tony, you're okay. And you have Claire.
Yeah, go get the bed ready and go boil some water. Claire needs help.
The electricity seems to be kind of going out right now.
What?
Clevin peeks up out of his head. What? Somebody pregnant?
God, I hope not. No.
He's gonna put Claire
somebody-
down on the bed.
Yeah, somebody assaulted Claire. She needs a doctor.
Well, I'll bring her over here. I'll see what I can do.
You're
And
not a
I'll
doctor.
like start pulling up like some of the cold water we have and all that, and some of the
Yeah, I'm
bandages.
just gonna-
I have like half a shirt at this point.
Yeah, in fact, what's going on? We leave you guys for an hour, and already this entire place is in shambles. There's no electricity. What happened to your shirt?
It's a long story, I say as I rip off another piece of it. I have 2 successes for mind academics to do some medicine.
Well, again,
Well-
her wounds are predominantly like laceration level, not laceration level, like nicks and cuts more so than what Clevin's full-on
Yes.
lacerations.
Mhm.
Somebody attacked her and knocked her unconscious. We need to get her to a hospital. And but why am I talking to you? I'm just going to grab the phone. Hello, what the?
It's dead.
What? Why didn't you say that?
What's
I
wrong with
told you everything wasn't working.
Well, the phone in this room is destroyed.
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
pick up the broken one. I'm like, good, told you that.
Yeah, it
What
looks
the hell
like
happened
looks like somebody large stepped on it at some point.
Yeah, what the hell happened here? This weekend is the work. I'm going to take some more pills.
It's okay. The professor's looking into it, and I'm sure he'll come back and he'll have an answer, and everything will be fine. They'll always have the answer. That's right.
Well, I'm going to ask the motel owner what the hell's going on here.
We have just like Clementine here.
Oh, who's Clementine? Who are you?
I don't know who Clementine is either now.
Sorry, the elfin. I'm already messing up his name.
Clevin?
Clement.
Clement.
There we go.
Not Clement.
Yeah, Clement. Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you? Walked into my room. He sits back up again, still clutching his wounds across his chest.
Lori, this is
It's not
Clement.
even a
Clement, this
room.
is Lori.
What the hell happened to this guy?
This isn't our room.
I think it was a wild animal attack.
We are wild animals. It's a freaking anthropomorphic.
No, we're civilized animals.
It's a wild human attack.
Wild animals are
It's a wild human
dangerous.
attack. There you go. It's a wild human attack.
The worst. This place like turned into Vietnam or something while it was gone?
I think the window was open.
The window was open and somebody came in here and destroyed your electricity and stabbed this guy.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, that's what happened in this room. At least that's what I think. The professor doesn't really have an idea yet.
I apologize, Clevin. Apparently, I left you here with a bunch of idiots. Can we do another take on that? I'm cracking up. My character.
Yeah, I mean, Clevin gives you a side as I don't even know you.
I mean, I guess we got some time to get to know each other.
Well, here, take this. It'll numb the pain.
You have drugs?
Oh yeah, drugs for everybody. Tony, put it on my tab. You know I'm for it.
From I don't know, not that far away. You hear a voice say, "What you doing dealing on my territory?"
What is this? Look at this room. This is not the kind of service we pay for. That man's been stabbed.
From
He's been knocked unconscious.
around the
Who's walking
corner,
in?
yeah, from around the corner, you see you see the anteater poke his head in, and for a moment he looks confused as to what the hell is going on in this room. Not one, you have all these people in here all of a sudden, and two, it looks like it's been tossed, but the anger just kind of flows over him back again to the first question of, what the hell you doing dealing on my territory?
You know, these are prescription drugs. I have prescriptions. I have problems.
Yeah, tell me another one.
Do I look like someone who doesn't have problems?
Do you have a problem with me dealing in your neighborhood right now?
Oh, God.
We're about to have a problem.
Do you
There's
really
already
have
been
a
enough
problem?
fighting in this room.
And I'm going to do a scare attempt with some guts and presence goodness.
You just like start doing your knife trick from earlier.
Well,
Oh,
that's part of it, but like he's being big hulking D6 body badger here.
Let's do it.
I mean, you're assuming, but okay. Also, this battery is wearing a Letterman's jacket. I don't know if that's for or against his position, but you don't go against the Letterman's jacket.
Gosh, we're about to get kicked out of the motel.
Remind me, scare stunts resisted by mind and will, or just will in presence?
It's body, will,
Body, will, and
presence.
presence.
Body will presence. Sorry, I couldn't remember if it was two base dice or not.
So both sides are basically rolling the same thing against each other.
Ah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I know so because it's one of my favorite stunts.
Well, again, you would think so, wouldn't you?
Oh boy, he's gonna have like 0 dice, isn't he?
He has
I'm gonna
body and
re-roll
will.
that D12
He has
because
body and
I'm a
will.
bad
He
boy.
talks a good game. He doesn't really have anything to back it up with.
Well, you got a 6 there, so you've won.
Yeah, no need to reroll. You won.
All right.
So I guess you lean in and do that whole. Do you really got a problem with? And you see he goes to start again. Like, yeah, I gotta. Oh no. Look, man, it's just not cool. Okay.
I promise that I won't have. I'm gonna keep a good eye on these two, and I just like glare at like Lori and Tony, getting into
Guy,
all this stuff.
what kind of place are you running here? People are stabbed. Claire's unconscious.
I just work here, man. I don't run this place.
Well, there's clearly some kind of wild animal about.
These people need a doctor. We have to get a doctor. Do you have a
If we
working
don't-
automobile?
Look, if you guys, look, if this guy leaves, he's like indicating towards Tony. The faster he leaves, I'll help you out. Okay?
Okay.
All right, get her loaded up in my car.